Hi everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday postural alignment session with me, Jo Andrews, coming to you in the sunshine from the lovely Lake District. And I'm really looking forward to getting some nice sunny weather here over the next few days and getting out there and enjoying being outside. But for now, we're inside and we're going to do a little bit of body alignment work using the wall today. So if you're new to this, often we'll use a wall, sometimes we use a chair. We will use a chair later on, but for now, a wall or a door is good to be against. I'm kind of only crouched down because my head's going to disappear off the camera in a moment, and it's important that you see my feet once we get going. So you're going to use a wall, and later on I'm actually going to use my sofa today. So a sofa, a dining room chair, footstool, have a cushion or a blanket handy, and we can work out how to set up that part of the session when we get there. But for now, let's stand up and get against this flat surface of your wall, your door, flattish, however kind of as good as to flat as you can get. And the reason why we use a flat surface when we are working together on these sessions is really just to help guide our body into straightness when we get there. So let's get on with it, and I'll talk as we go. So I'm going to pop my heels against whatever it is I'm using today, and it might be that some of us have got larger bottoms and they tend to sort of hit the wall first. And if that's you, then make sure that your bottom cheeks, as they're pressing against your wall, you're not squashing them back, but also that they're nice and even. So we're looking for that nice and even connection point so that the rest of your body can sort of follow on and balance itself out side to side as we go. So for me, my heels are against the wall. Maybe it's heels for you. Maybe it's bottom cheeks. Ideally heels, but don't worry if not, you can start at the bottom. Okay, so my heels are against the wall and I'm positioning my feet hip bone width apart. So my hip bones are kind of in the middle there. I'm not thinking about total hip width. All right, so if I was to think of total hip width, I'd probably stand about there-ish. So I want an imaginary line from my hip bones down through the middle of my knee and out through the middle of the top of my foot. Okay, and that's important when we're looking at function and movement in the body, that we start off with that really good anchoring position. Brilliant. Have a look at the position of your actual feet. So if you've kind of done all that hip bone width stuff and your feet are turned out, you're going to have a little go at turning your feet more to point straight ahead. Bear with me on this one, because there's going to be some people that body positions are going to feel straighter when they're like this. And there's others of us, depending on how your pelvic position naturally, habitually is, are going to be more straight in a slightly altered position. So first of all, let's do the check here. And you're just going to rest gently against the wall. I'm not going to force anything back towards the wall. I'm just going to let my body be either totally connected, a bit off whack, maybe my head's away from the wall. All of that is good. Let it be natural. And then see, do I feel closer to the wall in my upper body if I bring my toes completely together, so I'm really turned in? If there's no difference, or if there's an ache or it doesn't feel good in this position, go back to this first position. Feet pointing straight ahead, outside edges parallel. So for me, I feel the same in my upper body and I'm comfortable here. For others of you, and it's sometimes the case in my classes, I've seen this happen, where when you bring your big toes together, just kind of brings the body up a little bit straighter. Okay, so whichever it is you're working with, stay where you are now. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the one that is comfortable for me, and I'm not going to force anything towards the wall, just using the wall as my guide. And you might think, well, God, we're spending ages just standing against the wall, not really doing anything, but we're doing a lot, because your muscles are holding your bones upright And when we are going to start working a little bit more to strengthen this straighter position, when we're here against the wall, your muscles are having to kind of go, okay, so feet are even apart, they're underneath the hips. It's going to affect the way the muscles hold your pelvis and your back and your spine and the legs and the knees and the ankles and the shoulders and the position of your head. So there's so much going on that's really beneficial when we stand just straight as is possible against the wall. All right, check that your thumbs are pointing sort of towards the wall in front of you or towards whatever is in front of you. So notice that I'm not kind of making it a really rigid like soldier position. I'm just noticing that if the backs of my hands face forwards, I'm giving a demonstration like that, then I want to just gently flip a little bit so that my thumbs are more at the front. Perfect. Fantastic. Okay, from here, quick body scan, the back of the body, what's touching the wall, how is it touching the wall? So, for example, is one calf pressing more against the wall than the other? Is one bottom cheek pressing more against the wall than the other? Try and even up the pressure points without forcing any pressure points against your walls, evening up the pressure points. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got that nailed as well. Remember, you're not forcing your head against the wall. Your chin is parallel to the ground. And now we've kind of settled in that shape and made those very small adjustments. We can take a couple of deep breaths in. So as I breathe in and out, I'm thinking about expanding the lungs. So I'm not kind of lifting the shoulders as I breathe in. I'm just expanding. And one, it's good to take deep breaths, let the breath out when it naturally comes. And two, in this straighter position, we're able to really expand and move the diaphragm muscle. So we're giving a bit of a workout there to that breathing muscle and helping, encouraging it to go to its maximum, which of course, if we don't do that, it's going to get sticky, maybe not worked as well, maybe our oxygen sort of consumption isn't quite as good, maybe we're not feeling quite as energized and refreshed. So find those deep breaths and know that your body wants that oxygen in. It wants to be straight, it wants to be balanced, it wants to feel the energy from that full deep breath. Okay. When you're ready to, let your breath settle back to its natural rhythm and natural pace. And then gently, just a real small draw of the shoulder blades together behind the body. So you'll notice that as I do that, I'm going to stop doing it. And as I do it, I'm just gently opening back my shoulders, fronts of my shoulders. And what has not happened is I've not brought my shoulder blades together and then kind of made this banana shape away from my wall. So I've still got all of those connectors, and I'm now just gently, maybe 50% together in your shoulder blades. And I'm feeling just a little bit closer to my wall. Perfect. From here, keep that gently drawn together position. Do check with yourself, am I going 100%? If I am, if I think I am, I probably am. Let's lessen it off a little bit, I should say, not even it off, lessen it off. Check that everything is still even in your body. And then now with that nipped position, you're just going to shrug your shoulders. Up and down. So I'm keeping stationary in the rest of my body. Just sliding up, just sliding down with that slight nip, 50% nip in the back. All of those other bits are connected to the wall still, not forcing anything back. And you may notice there as you slide up and down, one side might feel different to another. And that is completely natural. You might have even just heard that big clunk of my shoulder as it clicked back into place. Excuse me if you did hear the clunk. And the more we move, the more repositioning that is happening. So we're going to do a couple more and check back in with the breath. This is my next one. Relax my shoulders. Big breath in into the lungs. Breathing out, relax. And just do a little check. Am I closer to the wall without the nipped shoulder blades, just from that first set of exercises? So if your head's a long way, you might notice you're a little bit further back, or you might just feel just a little more balanced, right and left side, a little bit more grounded. Let's do it again. So a gentle nip of the shoulder blades, just a really gentle 50% effort. I'm saying that for me as well because I'm definitely a 100%er and sometimes spoil what I'm trying to achieve by going too much for it. And then shrugging, lift and lower. Lift. Take your time. Notice the differences. Notice how this second set feels. Does it feel smoother, more clunky? How are you feeling in the hips? How are your connectors against the wall? Are they balanced? Are they staying put? Lift and lower. Is your tummy rumbling like mine this morning? Lift and lower. And again, doing great. Just with that slight open of the shoulders. The last one. Ooh, that's feeling good. Another deep breath. Breathing out. So what I'm observing in my body, and just notice these things about yourself, is I'm feeling a little bit more of a stretch around my lower back as my upper body gently starts to come away from this forward position, which most of us are in. And I'm also feeling like I'm getting some aching in and around my shoulders and my upper back. And this tells me that that bit's working harder to keep me straight. Okay, which is a good thing. We want it to be strong. We want to stay straight. Okay, we're going to go for one last set of these and do a final check-in. So I'm opening these shoulder bits back by gently retracting the shoulder blades, about 50%. Checking all the bits and pieces are against the wall in balance and shrugging. So we've got 15, 14, 13. Everything else is stationary. It doesn't have to be 100%. 12, 11. Sunshine is amazing. 10, 9, 8, 7, you've got it, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, relax. Final check-in. And do you know what? I wish you could see an image of yourself, because I bet visually it's really obvious that you're looking taller, straighter, but all we can use is how it feels. So do that quick check-in, unless you've got somebody watching you or taking photographs or videoing you doing the session. One last little check. How close, straight am I to the wall? Fantastic. Let's come away from that wall. I'm just going to change my camera so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I love to use the wall when we're doing our sessions together, mainly because I'm kind of thinking that a lot of us, there we go, perfect. going to use our chair next. A lot of us will spend time, won't we? We're waiting for something. We're waiting in a queue. We're waiting at a playground. We're waiting. We've maybe got a chance to stand up if we're working at a desk and we're in a meeting, or maybe we're home working. Let's find those opportunities to stand against something straight while we're in a queue and just get that body. One, you could just stand straight if you don't want to go into the exercises. Two, you could use what we've just done today as a real nice resetting. Maybe when the kettle's boiling, stand against the kitchen cupboard, that kind of thing. Find those little opportunities that don't feel like, oh, I must do my posture. When am I going to fit it in? And it goes in the bin. That idea goes away. So using those little moments of stillness to get your posture fixes in. Okay, let's find our chair now. So as I said before, I'm using my sofa today, but it's quite low and yours might be too. So I'm going to pop a cushion here to make it a little bit higher for me. You could do that with a dining room chair or a footstool, something like that. I quite like to use different things as we have our sessions together because it just shows that, we don't have to have the perfect equipment. We can adapt and we can make that equipment for ourselves. So you'll see that today I've popped myself in a classic Egoscue position called static back, and my bottom is really close to my support. So take your time here. That bit's really crucial. So the closer we can get shuffled into our chair or our support, whatever we're using, brilliant, because then our pelvis will flatten and be in a nice neutral position. Secondly, we just want to make sure that our knees are getting a hip bone width apart, just like we did against the wall, and that your feet have got space between them as well, as have your ankles, hip bone width, so one straight line. Okay, and remember that if your knees are flopping out to the side, for example, you just need that extra bit of height, a cushion underneath your lower legs. And because we're going to spend the rest of our session today down here, worth getting it all set up right so that you can really just enjoy and get the most out of these next exercises. So a real simple sequence today, super simple. Okay, so when you're ready to go, let's get started. Bring your arms out to the side of your body, palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And again, just like we checked in with the wall, I want you to have a little check-in, and it seems like a silly question. How close am I to the floor? And I can hear you say, well, of course I'm close to the floor, Joe. I'm lying on the floor. But your muscles have been holding you straight. They've been naturally giving you a little curve in the spine against the wall. So it takes them a while to relax into a really flat position, which is what our pelvis is asking it to do. It's asking our back muscles to really level out, to even out, to flatten off, and to take out the curves in the spine. So right now, for example, close your eyes. You might think, oh yeah, I do feel a bit heavier on my right side than my left. You might not. Don't make it up if it's not there. But you'll notice at the end of this little part of our sequence, like we felt taller against the wall, you're going to feel flatter and more balanced against the floor. And that's exactly what we want to do. Okay, really going to help those muscles, particularly if they're holding the spine in an imbalanced way, to really get themselves sorted and aligned. Okay, so palms are up to encourage your shoulders to melt back into the ground as well, because our shoulders and our hips are designed to stack right on top of one another when we're in good postural alignment. And this is going to help those shoulders just open up gently again at the front, something that they tend to do the opposite of when we're going about our chores, which are very forward facing. Big deep breath, again activating the diaphragm muscle. Nice big breath. And again, a couple more of those deep breaths, maybe the deepest breaths you've taken yet this morning. And keeping an eye on the comments today, but it may be that you're commenting via a different method. So hello, the regulars that are there, and I just can't see your comments today. It doesn't matter. We're doing this work together. All is good. Okay. When you're ready to, let's keep our arms where they are and move our awareness, slide it down to your feet. Okay. And you're just going to start with your right foot and circle your right foot in the ankle joint. So we're just circling and we are not lifting anything away from your chair. And what's important is as well here is not to kind of overdo it. So if I get really involved in it, my body starts to join in and the rest of my body should be really still. Super relaxed around the tummy because we don't want to hold that lovely breath. Just thinking about drawing a nice big circle. Focus on it coming from your ankle joint and not rushing it, just taking your time. Change direction. Super circles. Relax your shoulders. Keep going. Check that you did change direction that first time. If you did, just keep going. And nice and relaxed. Around the tummy and your breathing. And change over finally to a point and flex in that ankle joint. So I'm flipping I'm flipping a switch, going forward and back. Pointing and flexing. And the pointing, remember, isn't just your toes crunching. It's that flipping from your ankle. That's it. You've got it. Nice. Take your time. Deep into those movements. Relaxing the fingers, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face even. Last one. And switch to the other side. So you're going to take that circle. Doesn't matter which direction you start in really. What matters more is that it is coming from the ankle joint. I'm having a little peep down there to make sure I wasn't involving the knee. Just want the ankle. Ooh, can you hear those cracks? Maybe you're getting those creaks and cracks as well at home. All of which are quite normal. What we don't want to do in any of these sessions, and often I'll say it right at the beginning, forgot to today, but if it hurts, if it's taking you towards more pain or pain that you already have and you're kind of thinking, well, it's not easing, it's getting worse, then use that as your guide, change direction and stop and wait for the next exercise, or just, for example, stand straight against the wall or just lying static back against the floor. That's it. Finding those circles from the ankle joint, quite mesmerizing, aren't they, when we get going? Perfect. Starting to free up a little bit now. So changing all the time, point and flex, changing to that forward and back movement. When we're moving our bodies, it's not just one move that continues to stay the same. It's changing, it's stretching. And in our work together, it's aligning, it's reinvigorating, it's reminding the body which muscles do particular jobs. So we're really doing a lot of good work here to reposition, to get ourselves out of pain, to strengthen and to stretch. But the repositioning is always our first important step with the Egoscue method. And I should say, if you were to see me and stop in a very painful state, our first priority would be to get you out of pain first, and then start to do some of that strengthening work. All right, let's carry on. So my next exercise, you've got options here. If you know that your shoulders aren't brilliant and maybe this next one's going to hurt, or might hurt a little bit, you're going to keep your arms out by the side and you're just going to do that gentle drawing in of your shoulder blades like we did against the wall. Okay, just really gentle, squeezing and releasing, squeezing and releasing. But if you're happy and you've got a bit more mobility in your shoulders and a bit more comfort, you're going to do this with your arm. You're going to make them into a goalpost position. So you can see my knuckles are pointing straight ahead and I've got this sort of L-shaped position at my arm, elbow pit. So shoulder, elbow, bending at the elbow, knuckles and fingernails pointing forwards. Out in line with my shoulders, so not down here, not too high, and not with a really short angle at my elbow pit. Brilliant, you got it. We're there. Press down into your elbows and check in. Do I like this or do I want to go for the other exercise? Release. Press elbows and release. Press into your elbows and release. Can you feel that activation in the upper back? Really, there's some good stuff going on. Press and release. I feel like one of my shoulder blades is really smooth and the other one just kind of feels a bit sticky. And that's quite normal. It means my shoulders are working a bit differently at the moment, side to side. So I'm just going to keep going. Press down and soften. Press down and soften. So some of the questions that I often get asked are, should my chest be lifting up or should my upper back be lifting off the floor? No, we want to keep that still. So almost the rest of our body is stationary. And another question is, you know, should I be squeezing my hand around hard or tensing? No, it's a light fist. You've got it. Keep pressing down. One more. And always remember to relax your tummy when we're doing it. Keep it nice and relaxed in this area. Okay. One more set of these or of the shoulder blade squeezes if that was more comfortable for you. Okay, back to that light fist, checking our angles, checking our position. Off we go. Press into your elbows and release. Press, release. Press, release. Press, release. 5, release. 6, release. Relax the chin and the jaw. 7, release. 6, release. So you're starting to even up a bit now. The feeling, the sensation, mine are. 9, takes a while. 10, 5 more. 5, release. 4, release. 3, release. 2, release. And 1, release. Okay, brilliant. Last exercise. Interlace your fingers and bring your arms up in line with your chest. So my elbows are going to stay straight for this exercise as best I can. Okay, my palms are together. Again, it's quite light and not squeezing them hard. And watch what I do. I just go towards the floor behind me. And it might be that your arms will not go all the way back, or that they won't go past your head, or that they really want to bend at the elbows. We want to avoid all of those things. So keep your elbows straight. Stop when either your shoulders say stop, or your head gets in the way, or you feel tempted to bend your elbows. Some of you will be going all the way to the floor with the straight elbow. That's fine as well. And gently bring it back. So you might experience some clunks and clicks as you do this. You may even, if you've done sessions with me before and your head has got in the way because of the work that we've done together already straightening up this morning, before this exercise, you might find that today you're able to go past your head without forcing it and still keep maintaining that straight elbow. So notice what's changed for you today, if you've done sessions like this in the past, or what's available for you in your body, your shoulders, your back today. Just taking your time. Quite rare for my arms to go back to the floor, so I know whatever it is that I've done against the wall this morning, which might not have felt like a lot to us all, and the work that we just did in static back and being in static back, this position has really made a difference and a change of position to my shoulders. So hence my arms are able to go behind me today, when very often it takes a while. There we go. Let's do 3 more together. Taking your time, feeling what's going on. Great opportunity, these sessions, to really get in touch with the balance in your body. Don't get cross with it. It's a process. Just get curious. Okay. 3rd one done. Bring your arms back to the side of your body. And let's do another and final check-in. Check your palms are up, that there's enough space at the side of your body for your shoulders to feel like they are settling back down to the ground. Just relax, maybe close the eyes, soften the belly, and check in. What gaps are there underneath the body, if anything? Does it feel different? What's going on with how you feel in the back of your body against the floor, without me trying to put images or feelings or imaginings into what you're feeling in your body. I don't want to do that. I just want you to have a little notice. Is anything different? And if you don't notice anything, don't worry about it. Don't try and make it happen. Okay, let's do a big deep breath together, a big communal deep breath, which is always a nice way to think about and connect with those people joining us from all over this morning. Letting your breath return back to its natural pace. You can stay here for a bit longer if that's comfortable and it feels like it's doing you loads of good and you've got time to. If not, come away gently. That's me. I've got to do some more classes later on, so I'm going to get planning those. But listen, let's meet again next Wednesday, do some more work together, and in the meantime practice these simple things that we've done today. Really simple session where quite easy to remember, easy to have a go, stuff we can do when we're on the move, and hopefully you'll feel a little bit more imbalanced. Thank you. A little bit more in balance, not imbalanced, out of balance. Thank you for joining me. Take care, have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye everyone.